happy nope, not top of the week. That was yesterday. Wow. Happy Tuesday. How's it going, everybody? Oh, you got it, dude. I believe, yes, it's all in there, Jove. I think so. Sophie, thank you, Risa, for 42 months. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And Pencils. I know you did a bunch in advance. Insert cheek clap here. I was gonna do some sort of hand gesture with that, but I don't know what. None of those really worked. I tried. Thank you, Pencils. Amazing. 53 months. Thank you, thank you. I did try. I hope everyone's doing well. I am feeling good today. As you can see, we have a sponsor. Haven't done a sponsorship for a while, and this was actually one I was really hoping to get at some point, because it's not a secret that I do not know how to cook. I make scrambled eggs sometimes. That's probably the brunt of it, really. And one of the main reasons I haven't been cooking is I've been really intimidated by it, especially cooking meat. Cooking meat freaks me out, even though I have, like a temperature for food where it can tell me if it's safe, but I will still be in my head about it. So I think the only way for me to start my journey is to have a trusted handhold throughout it. So thank you, HelloFresh, for providing me with that. I picked out my first meals. With my deal, you get 16 free meals and dessert forever, as long as you keep your subscription going. Then you just continuously get free dessert. What a sweet deal. I already hate myself for that one. That was terrible. It is a pretty sweet deal, though. So yes, I've ordered my first one, so it's going to be coming in later this week, and I will let you guys know how the whole process goes. But my first step today is just showing you what that process looks like, how easy it is, and to tempt you to get yummy, affordable, pre-planned meals to de-stress your planning for the week. Matt, thank you. Let her cook. Thank you for 20 months for the resub. I really, really appreciate it. Whoa, the big 500. And I was the one to make the pun? I don't know what that means, but it means something, surely. So yeah, this morning I was just looking at which nice foods I wanted. Can't complain about that. That's a pretty nice morning. And did, of course, a little bit of practice. Had some good conversations with Kimchi. Mary Lo is very into the HelloFresh, and I can confirm that the meals are pretty easy to make. Well, another thing, I'll go into the whole spiel after my first break and show the website and stuff, but they did include difficulty levels, which I really appreciated. I really wanted to pick one that said the difficulty was hard, but I thought maybe I should start with easy and medium, and if all goes well, maybe I'll do the hard for the next one. It looked so good, and I really want it, though. It's like to make a chicken tikka masala, and I love tikka masala. But not only does that involve cooking meat, but it also, once again, was under the label hard. So I was like, I don't know about that. Do you have any advice for where to go to learn how to have better tone than just playing more? Honestly, I think one of the best things you can do for tone, as simple as it is playing open strings. I do my open strings whenever I pick up the violin. It's the first thing I do after I tune. I put my metronome on at 60, and I do 4 counts per bow, down and up for every single string. And I experiment with playing it with a tilted hair, playing with a flat hair, and making sure that the sound is consistent. And then I do 6 beats per bow, and then I do 8 beats per bow. While again, it's not as satisfying in regards of like playing notes on the violin, but tone really does come down to your bow control more than anything. So you can push yourself to do that really tedious work. It's really going to pay off. And also, even though it's kind of painful to do at first, recording yourself is really helpful. So like, let's say I want to record something over a verse. I will put in my recording program for it to record on loop, and I'll do the same verse like 6 times, and then I listen to it and I try to fix one particular thing. Like, oh, maybe one note I'm not playing as loudly as the other ones, and fix that, record 6 times, listen, record 6 times, listen. But I do think that the most important work is open strings. I practiced my violin part for my choir so many hours, and he told me the morning of the concert I wouldn't be playing. Oh, I'm so sorry, Eric. If it makes you feel better, I've also gone through my fair share of experiences like that. When I first started getting booked for recording sessions, I was so nervous that my bow would bounce because my hands were shaking. And I was told a couple times after recording for an album afterwards that I was cut from the album because it wasn't good enough. And it hurts and it sucks, but if you keep pushing towards it, it will continuously get better. Because I haven't been cut now from an album for like 7 years or something, but the first couple of years I actively tried. It was really hard. I'm sorry, Eric, that stinks. But also the importance of making sure your shoulder's heavy. I had my violin lesson this week, and a good half of our lesson was talking about how I tend to lift my shoulders and my elbow up a bit too far instead of letting the natural weight of your arm lean into the string. There's also a good exercise you can do where you do the same open string exercise, but you want to cut your bow up into 4 segments and play the first 4 on the side of the hair, and then flatten, tilt, flatten, without the pauses in there, making sure that your tone stays consistent. Give up violence lessons for now. Use the money, so I'm trying to learn on my own. There is definitely a lot of really good stuff that you can do on your own. For a couple years, I didn't have any lessons and just tried, my best to make a regiment for how I could. But those are the basic things that I would say to hopefully help with your violin stuff. Arthur, welcome. It's good to see you. Katana, what's up? For Aromas, welcome. I feel like it's been a little bit. It's good to see you. I said bit. It's good to see you. How are you doing today, Arthur? Are you enjoying the longer sunny days now with the time change? Because that's definitely helped with my mood lately. It's been really nice. You're looking well, thank you. I'm feeling pretty good. Really excited about this sponsor. I made some plans with some girlfriends this weekend. I haven't seen Jillian for a while, so I think we're gonna go and get some food together. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I was having a craving to do Mog Resort, so I think that's where we're gonna start today. Oh no, we gotta wait. We gotta wait till more friends come in for fast. I was planning on doing the whole HelloFresh explanation and showing the website and everything after my first break. I always take my first break after an hour and a half of stream, and then we will dive into that, and I'll show you what I'm planning to do, and that's it. Slay Queen, thank you. Jordan, bonjour, how are you? It's always good to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you on for a little bit. Let's see. Mog Resort from Final Fantasy XI. Ooh, look at those beautiful emotes, Arthur. So handsome. Have you had Banjo-Kazooie on your list of songs you've wanted to learn? Yes, absolutely. I actually have a transcription up here of Gruntilda's Lair that maybe I'll try today. We'll see. I just don't know what I want to do with it yet. I also really want to do Click Clock Wood. Is it TikTok Wood? No, it's Click Clock Wood. But Gruntilda's Lair is such an iconic piece. And Gruntilda's such an icon. She's the real Slay Queen. Yes, Banjo-Kazooie is sincerely one of my favorite video games of all time. It's probably one of my most played. I never got sick of it with starting from the beginning again. Even though there's still parts of Banjo-Tooie, which I also love, that I could just never beat. Like, there's a classic N64 type of minigame, you know, where you have to like alternate between two buttons and press as fast as you can to do some sort of a race. Or no, it was the kind where you like take the joystick and spin it in a circle as fast as you can, and then it like breaks through the skin of your palm from doing it too much. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? I have not played Rayman before, but I've heard really good things about it. Already out of tea before we started. Yes, the joystick of doom. I got the cute Stardew Valley tea mug today. Love her. All right. I didn't get as much practice time as I would have liked before stream, but I, at the bare minimum, got everything in tune, did some vocal warm-ups and a little bit of violin work. But let's see how quickly I can just jump back into it, huh? Oh yeah, there's the timed alert. Perfect. okay for that being a start for playing violin today. I can already feel that I'm being a bit shy with how much bow I'm using, so I'm gonna try and increase that as we go. I felt like my D sharps were a little out of tune, so I'm gonna play another song with D sharps. Strategies. Let's see here. Just enjoying this a bit longer. Let's see. For Arthur, I was thinking about ordering, they have one for the coffee too. So I feel like I might need to get the set, right? And then of course there's the massive fail of this mug that I ordered. I can't say what's wrong with it. I can't quite put my finger on it, but something's not quite right about this mug that I ordered. What is wrong? I don't know why. What's off about it, but something just doesn't seem right about this mug. I did tell them, they said they were gonna send me a new one, but then I got an alert saying it was delivered and it's not here, so I don't know. They seem really nice and I'm sure they'll help me, if not just totally refund it, but it is kind of iconic. The 3 ghost Pokemon from the OG Pokemon have my heart. If I had my ideal lineup of Pokemon, you bet your butt Gengar would be in it. I feel like he'd make me laugh, and he looks kind of furry and good for hugs. And that's really the two standards that I was looking to have met, and he just surpasses them greatly. So, Team Gengar, baby. Yuna's Decision from Final Fantasy X. Lovely. the lovely Rule of Rose soundtrack coming on next. We had 3 follows back to back. Thank you so much, y'all. Welcome in Ember, OK Mosquito, and Dice. Thank you very much. I hope y'all are having a lovely day. For anyone who might be new, welcome. My name's Joe, and I play over video game soundtracks. I also make loop arrangements of covers, originals, and instrumentals, playing a lot of instruments. It's kind of fun revisiting Final Fantasy X soundtrack. I feel like I haven't touched it in a little bit. And yes, for Chimera, we have a new sponsor for today. And I was saying before how this has been a sponsor I was really hoping that I might get lucky enough to get, because I always wanted to try it. I have mentioned before that I am very much so not a cook. The only thing I really make is scrambled eggs, and I really want to learn how to just do it and be comfortable doing it, especially cooking meat. I eat a lot of vegetarian food because I like vegetarian food, but honestly, a big reason is because I don't feel very comfortable cooking meat. I get really nervous, even though I have like a meat thermometer and all these things to make sure it's safe. So I'm very excited to have a very detailed handheld experience to see if I might be able to expand my capabilities in the kitchen a bit more. And also just not have to think about a couple meals for the week is really nice to have one less thing to think about, you know? But I will get into that spiel after my first break. But if you want to consider supporting the stream and our sponsor, that would be awesome. There's a link in my panels about section, and you'll see the link in chat pop up. Also, if you just do exclamation point HelloFresh, it will pop up. We did one unisong. Want to do another unisong? I do. Let her cook. Kaiser, welcome. Sovereign, Megatomic, Juno. So many familiar faces. I love meal kits. It's going to be my first one. I'm excited. They turn this horrible cook into someone who is confident in the kitchen, especially with meat like chicken. That's my hopes. I did order one vegetarian meal because, again, I really like a lot of vegetarian foods. And I decided on 2 different types of chicken. One is like a breaded chicken because I want to learn how to not only bread chicken, but also vegetables and stuff. And then I chose like a lemon chicken because I know lemon is a crucial ingredient in a lot of things. So maybe it will help me to be able to do it. Did you resub or something for Megatomic for a priority request? Let me go back. For Jove, thank you for the bits. For Matt for the resub and these follows, thank you. Last night at the end of stream? Okay. I'll carry it over. But let me do Eunice theme first. Aw, goodbye, last bit of tea. So sad. This music reflects how I feel about my empty teacup. I could just make more, but wait a little bit. So this particular performance of Eunice theme is put together by the fantastic TPR. They have a really great catalog of video game soundtracks and things like that. Okay, cool. Okay. most of you guys already know this, but I write out all my own music. So I didn't have to make it go that high, but I really wanted to make sure that my repertoire here on Twitch always just kept me pushing myself a little bit further. So I know there's still a high risk for ear blood with me going up that high, but I'm gonna do it. All right. This is another one where I don't know what I did with my sheet music for it, but I'll try and just figure it out. So for this one, I did program some drums in advance, I believe. Let's take a look. It adds to the element of danger on stream. Rock and roll should be a little dangerous. I mean, that is a good point. Oh dear, I have to restart this computer real quick. Don't worry, it doesn't interrupt the stream in any way. Occasionally, this computer will just not recognize my external hard drive, so we're gonna do one more Final Fantasy X piece while this one restarts. It'll just take a minute. Let's do To Xanarkand. This is another piece that's like so enormously popular that I probably overlook doing it more than I should. It's popular for a reason, right? Funnily enough, it doesn't get asked too much though. It's a beautiful piece though. Here we go. Nice revisiting a piece after giving it a little breathing space. Megatomic, thank you for the bits. Thank you very much. Looks like this computer is restarted. Gonna let it load up and we will give our best go. Jeez. Final Fantasy X choir coming in heavy. I got some advice that I want to listen to real quick. I think that's what I was supposed to do. For Born in Beer, thank you. What an image. And Jordan, thank you. Thank you very much. Merci. I know I probably butchered that. Let's see here. With a simple reset, my external hard drive is back. Like I said, sometimes with my computer, it will randomly not read my external hard drive. Like it says the icon appears, but when you click it, nothing's in it. So there's a brief moment of panic, but a restart always fixes it. And don't worry, I do have a backup one as well. Don't worry. Maybe update the BIOS? I don't know what you mean by that. On the computer? Oh yeah, I'm on a Mac. Which is very much to some of my streamer friends' horror. I feel like mostly game streamers, admittedly. But I do have to say, Apple products for being a musician in like the creative arts field, there's just so many really good programs. I have to remember the piano parts really fast. Let's see, it's like... Oh, it's so fast! Okay, I'll try it. Pretty good. Of course, Megatomic. That's one where I want to feel a little more confident playing through it anyways. It's one of my loops where like I don't have anything written out in advance for what I want to do. So it just kind of plays out different every time I do it, which can make it a little more nerve-wracking sometimes. But I'm working on it. Thank you, Megatomic. Euphemism, welcome. It's good to see you again. Thank you for the follow for Born in Beer. Thank you, as well as Maddie Robinson. Is there any other Final Fantasy I want to do before we switch binders? Let me also check our priority request list. And great, looks like we are on schedule. Scotty, how are you? Let's see. I think I want to do Aerith's theme. I've been giving Tifa's theme a lot of love lately. For obvious reasons, because it's such an awesome freaking banger of a song. But obviously Aerith's theme is also very, very lovely. I can't help but have a little bit of a bias for Tifa's theme, but I do enjoy both quite a bit. I put a card into my sprint with violent interruption, but my boss didn't accept it. You know, maybe next time. Maybe next time. It's good to see you. For only a shadow, how are you doing today? As you guys can see, we got a lovely little sponsor today. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I like to make sure whenever I do a sponsor that it's something I sincerely am interested in and want to do. And I have always wanted one of these sponsors because I am a terrible cook and I need a lot of hand holding, and I'm very excited to have a trustworthy handhold with our beautiful sponsor HelloFresh. What about the song before you just mixed up? What? What? Did I mix something up with it? Did I say I did? I think I heard a kimchi somewhere in this house. Also, Maddie, are you in the friendship crew with Nicoletta and Katana and Becca? We're getting like the whole gang here with y'all. Oh no, don't apologize at all for Born in Beer. Kimchi, come to us. We'll see. We'll see what that mischievous little guy is up to. Kimchi is my cat, for anyone who's new. Nicoletta's my sister. Got it! Very cool. Well, welcome. Thank you very much for popping in. Let's do some more Final Fantasy, because I'm really enjoying it. I think I'd like to do Ahead on Our Way, followed by Noctis's theme. Ahead on Our Way is from Final Fantasy VII, and Noctis's theme is from Final Fantasy 15. I feel weirdly proud nowadays if I put on, like, you know, some sort of video game playlist, and everyone that comes on lately I've been able to, like, identify what song it is right away. It's a game I play by myself with no one else around me, but it does bring me quite a great deal of joy. They don't do that very often to give glowing reviews, and I feel honored. Thank you. With this one, I like to play the original melody and then do a bit of a harmony improv throughout. feel like I'm starting to get settled in here. I had a bit of a busy morning, so I didn't get the full violin practice I would like to do before stream. I like to usually do warm-ups for at least an hour before I start, just to make sure I'm nice and warmed up and I got my technique locked in. But sometimes, you just don't always have the times to get all the things done that you want. Oh, this is Breezy. So sweet. Okay, I was just reading up on something. My bad. Only a shadow. So much nice. Do you mean you providing the so much nice with the dono? Or maybe the violin notes? What a gorgeously satisfying number. Wow. And also very appropriate numbers. We love that. For Only a Shadow, thank you. Please let me know if I can play you something to say thank you for the dono. I would love to. I can put that song list in chat if you'd like. The violin and the musical stuff. Okay, got you. Just want to make sure. I promise I will get to looping as well, but I'm just really enjoying playing some violin over some tracks right now. Making me feel nice and cozy. Okay. Next up, we're gonna do Noctis theme. Actually, I have a cover of that song, Breezy, that I put up on my YouTube channel. If you guys like that one and want to hear more of it, my YouTube channel is Joe Cleary. And if you type in Breezy, you'll see a little violin guitar performance that I put up on there. I'm working on a guitar penny whistle quick one for a reel and a TikTok for more social stuff. Trying to get better at doing that stuff. This has been a lovely morning of revisiting some of my favorite Final Fantasy songs I haven't played for a while. I was saying earlier, it's always really nice to play a piece after giving it a break, so then you can start to appreciate some of your practice progress in between that time. I feel like my fourth finger intonation and vibrato is sounding much better. Why did I say it like that? Better. I saw your request for Only a Shadow and you got it. We can totally do Yesterday. I feel like it kind of complements the beautiful kind of somber feel of this song that we're listening to now, so that's perfect. So this is one I do from scratch, so we're just gonna load up some empty Ableton tracks and do our best. Rhubarb Jam, 2 years on the dot with that resub. Thank you so much. Thank you. Please let me know if there's something I can play for you to say thank you. I'll put my song list in chat for you. I have no idea what you're talking about, but the music sounds nice. Thank you. The Odd Duck, welcome as well. Ivalane, thank you for the kind words. Flagata, welcome. It's wonderful to see you. Yelling at Clouds. Dyslexic. I have not listened to the new song yet, but I have heard really good things said from fellow violinists, so I am excited to check her out. I indeed do like Queen Lindsay, Miss Lindsay Sterling. Let's see here. So Yesterday is in 4/4. Just heard a Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze music. That was amazing. I have not yet delved into the world of Donkey Kong music, but I know that a lot of people love it. It was kind of just like a game franchise that I somehow missed growing up. But I loved Banjo-Kazooie, so I feel like that must mean I'd probably like Donkey Kong 64. And I think I actually have it downstairs. I'll have to check. I think it's the same composer, right? That did Banjo-Kazooie. Yeah, okay. Focus, girl. Yesterday. I need a 4/4 template. I heard some singing and it surprised me. Oh, it's still Final Fantasy 15. For Rena or Rena, thank you very much for the follow. I apologize if I said your name incorrectly. You are nice, everything is nice. I love that. You're nice too. I'm on my other account now. Lol. Why is it that Twitch has its own form of a LOL? I feel like I'm sounding like a boomer right now. But that was one thing that did sincerely confuse me. Has it not always been LOL? I don't get lol. Oh, I feel like I'm about to get roasted right now. I'm just not going to look at chat for a moment because I'm scared. What? What? I don't know. No, stop using more Twitch words that I don't know. There's too many abbreviations happening in chat. Yesterday, my LOLs, they seem so far away. Now they just do lows with U's instead of O's, and I feel old. I don't understand why they do that. Enlighten me. For G, thank you for the bits. Is that to applaud me for my vulnerable boomer moment? A bracelet might not be a good idea. It was? Thank you. I am hearing a buzz sound and I know why it's happening. Isn't that nice? Why do I feel so lost and confused? Okay, there we go. I was very confused. Here, let me turn reverb off while I'm talking to you. Because I do need to do a couple little setup things. This is another song where I don't really have a plan for it. I'm just going to figure it out as I go. I'm thinking piano, guitar, and strings would be nice. Maybe mandolin? Maybe. I'm trying to get more comfortable with the mandolin, so the best way to do that is just to use it more. Cool. Go. Sweat. Let's do it. So if I want this to be in the key, I have Discord open. DJ, didn't you donate yesterday too, you sweet, beautiful soul? Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me know if I could play you something. You're the best. One, two, three. Sorry. Let's try it again. It's really quiet. Where's this other Discord? Oh, it's over here. Sorry. The next part. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Yesterday came suddenly. Let's record strings. I said something wrong. yesterday. All my troubles seem so far away. Now I need as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Yesterday came suddenly. Why she had to go, I don't know, she wouldn't say. I said something wrong, now I long for yesterday. Yesterday, love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Why she had to go, I don't know, she wouldn't say. I said something wrong, now I long for yesterday. Yesterday, love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Yay. I know I mentioned doing the mandolin or the piano on that, but it just felt kind of where it should be with just the guitar and the piano, or the guitar and the violins, rather. It's not always the easiest thing to do, but I am trying to be more proactive about not just adding a ton of stuff to it because I can. That's more so for like my YouTube recordings and like recording sessions that I do. Because it's always so easy to get excited with just like, ooh, but what if I do a bunch of harmony and then octaves and then like, you know, just way overcomplicate it. So I'm trying to do my best with restraining myself and not throwing everything out there. Sometimes I do though. You know, accordion actually would have been really nice on that. Kind of like a soft, sad, romantic sound. For Tejano? Thank you. I appreciate that. How are you doing today? I think I'm gonna do another loop but this one will be a video game cover. I want to do Fisherman's Horizon from Final Fantasy VIII, which I think might be my favorite Final Fantasy. I feel like that's a bit controversial. But you may have already noticed that my follow alert is in fact Renoa from Final Fantasy VIII, and she's my favorite Final Fantasy girl. I felt like I just like related to her a lot when I played it. Oh, I think I actually put this back here. Thank you for everyone who showed up today. I really appreciate it. Oh, I want to do that one today too, because I redid it. That will be fun. Nice fit, thank you. Just cozy little flannel day, little tank top, call it. For Born in Beer, thank you. You're a great musician, thank you. You seem like a great person. For those who are new, first off, welcome. Thank you for giving me a chance. What I do here is I make loops of covers and instrumentals and arrangements and sing on them. And I also play over video game soundtracks, because that's what I listen to the most in my own free time. For DJ, controversy is for people that have nothing better to do. You think it's best, and it's best for you. That is 100% accurate. I'm definitely trying to embrace this year more of an attitude of thinking about what is best for me first. I'll admit that's not something I'm usually able to do very well. I'm very much a people pleaser, and you know, I worry often about making sure I'm having a positive effect on people around me. But I'm trying to find that healthy balance, you know? All right, so I have 4 pedals. I'll use the 5th one to do stop. And we'll do that. I'm a millennial, baby. Squeak. So I gotta switch my mic input. We're about to be back in a cave. Oh no, just seeing the word paperwork made me remember so fast that I gotta get my butt going on taxes. No! Doing taxes as a freelance musician is so stressful, man. There's so much I have to keep track of. I'm very grateful for Twitch, as they do have everything contained in an area. But for my other methods of income, that's all like kind of a hot mess to get tracked. I haven't started yet. That makes me feel a bit better, Tripwire. And I'm not alone in that. My darling Butley Poopington, how are you? That's a good weekly goal for the Discord. In my Discord, I have a section called Weekly Goals to help you get motivated to get something done. Just for myself, if I write it, then I'll usually do it. But I do have to write it in order to do it. Anyway. Da, 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 bum, ba, dun, 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 da, da, da. Okay, we're gonna enter the cave again. Admiral, it's nice to see you again. How are you today? You know, I want this to be slower. Even slower, maybe. I want this to be like a real heartbreaker. Don't worry, the hi-hat will fade out once I get the guitar. No, why did it buzz? Well, clearly it was my fault, so I shouldn't blame you, guitar. You did good. That was my fault. I'm sorry. Blogger. I love my blocker entrance. Castali, thank you very much for the follow. I really appreciate that. Thank you very kindly and muchly. Thank you. I hope everyone's doing all right on this fine Tuesday. I myself am feeling in a really good mood. This time change has had already, I think, a good effect on me, with just having the daylight out a bit longer. It's been nice. I was getting real sad, girl, in the beginning of this year. My word. Rockazol, it's good to see you. Welcome. How are you doing today? Also, I just want to catch up on chat. Paperboy, thank you for 2 months. I really appreciate that. Please let me know if I can play something for you. Your name makes me think of that game, Paperboy, because it was one of the ones we had on our OG Nintendo Game Boy. I really liked it. For Admiral, I'm the general manager for an office of 12 last December. I fired our accountant for embezzlement. Oh no, and cocaine. Oh no, this is not PG things. This is bad. So I had to take it over while the owner looked for a new person. Ooh, that is rough town, USA. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Ugh, bummer. Musfer, you sweet angel. Is there anything else I want to say? Never actually played that game. You know, for being an older game, I do think it's still pretty fun. Nashville, that's where I'm based, by the way, Nashville, Tennessee. I grew up in Massachusetts, but I moved to Nashville for no other reason other than I knew it was called Music City. So I was like, that makes sense for me. And I figured the South probably liked violin. But I'm so happy that I moved here. It worked out really well. I got a lot of wonderful music connections, and I get to record for artists and do a bunch of live shows with different bands. So it's been awesome. I do miss my family, though. That's one downside. But they're going to be visiting in April, and I'm really excited because I'm going to be playing a show when they visit with one of the bands I play for, Creature Comfort. So I'm very excited to get to have that little, meeting of worlds. It will be fun. So as you can see, we do have a wonderful sponsor today. I'm really, really excited about it. I've been really hoping that I would get a HelloFresh sponsor because I don't cook, and I feel like I have the capability somewhere in here, but I just haven't been able to uncover that cooking side of me, rather. So I'm very excited for such a strong, reputable brand to handhold me into the world of cooking. As a part of the sponsor, I was going to show you the website just for a quick little segment after my break here and show you what it looks like and what it might look like for yourselves if you're wanting a nice pre-planned week of food all set and ready for you. So I'm gonna take a break. When I come back, we'll do that. For C Ghibli, well, thank you for the follow. Maybe we'll do, maybe I'll do my Kiki delivery service loop for our next music one. That could be fun. For Paperboy, in case you didn't know, you do get a priority request since you resubbed, so if you'd like to hear something, let me know. So I don't have to do a cooking stream, and my nerves are already really high about cooking, so I don't know how that will go. Oh, I am so thrilled! People freaking love Mr. Tillman. Yes, I can play you Mr. Tillman. That lovely little oddball song. Just keeps delivering, baby. How about a Joe microwave stream? It will be exactly 4 minutes. If I'm being honest though, I do use my microwave for most of my meals. It's mostly frozen stuff. So again, I'm really excited to try something new and, hopefully it will instill some better habits in myself and a bit more confidence. Because I don't have it currently, but I'm optimistic. So I'm gonna, like I said, take a really quick break, and when I come back, we will do our sponsor segment and then I will jump in with more music, if that sounds good with everybody. Please consider supporting our sponsor and supporting the stream as well in tandem with that. You can type in !HelloFresh to get the link yourself and check it out. And other than that, we still have a wonderful stream of music ahead of us. So thank you all very much for being here. And I will be back in just a few minutes. Hello. I be back. washed my hair today and it gets extra fluffy when I wash it. It's also nearing a point where I'm like, is this too long? It's a lot of hair. A lot. But enough about that. Let's talk about our beautiful, fantastic sponsor today, the wonderful HelloFresh. Like I said, this was a sponsor that I was really hoping I would get eventually, and to my joy, I received that email and I was very excited. I have never been comfortable cooking. The only thing I typically cook is like scrambled eggs. And even that, I don't think I'm very good at. I'm not gonna lie to you, but we're trying. We're working on it. So I decided to give it a go, and I was just gonna go over the website with you real quick before we get back into some music. Kimchi also loves HelloFresh. Get out of the sink. Get out of the stink. Kimchi. Here, you want to help me? You can help. The big boy's gonna help us. Kimchi goes, I love HelloFresh. Okay, let's get to it. So, let's see if I did this all correctly. Yes. And now I gotta position myself very far away from... Let's resize it a little bit. There we go. Now I can reach my keyboard at the same time. Singchi. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But we're not talking about that right now. Let me get my window. La 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 la. The lovely HelloFresh website. My word. Look at all of these yummy things. So here's a look at their various menus. Each month's package that you get, or whatever week delivery passage that you want to sign up for, it comes with brand new recipes every single time, so you don't get sick of just seeing the same things over and over again. So let's take a little looky-loo together. They have a bunch of different filters that you can put in for vegetarian meals, healthy meals, pescatarian, protein with a veggie, and also with how quickly you can get it done. Yes, I know a lot of us, feel like you might not have the most amount of time you can dedicate to something, whereas other days you might have more time to really commit to it. So you can see with all of them, in the bottom corner, it will say how long it takes, as well as the category it falls into. So you can see we got vegan over here for some maple carrot power bowl. That sounds pretty nice. I might sign up for this one next month, because that sounds really good. One pot chicken, sausage, and kale soup. If you want to know more about the particular item, you just simply click. Please don't attack my bracelet. And it will give you the difficulty. So for my first couple, I decided to go with easy, and I ventured into medium territory. Very nerve-wracking. We'll see how I do with that. The calories in the middle, as well as the total cook time. You got your basic description. Allergens, always extremely important, where they will list everything that could be something for you to look out for. The ingredients involved. Oh, come on, baby. They also have some things that are not included in your delivery, but it's just standard things that most would have in their kitchen already, including salt, pepper, butter, olive oil, utensils that you might need so that you know exactly how much things are going to be used and in your sink at the end, and then a total breakdown of everything. So I decided for mine to go with some really easy options first. I eat a lot of vegetarian meals. So I decided to do for one of those, as well as 2 chicken meals, because I'm not very comfortable cooking meat, and I thought that this would be a good opportunity, once again, to have a little more hand-holding in order to help me get a bit farther with that. Kimchi, we're doing an important thing here, sir. But yeah, like I said, it's always changing up. I decided to do one long form recipe, 50 minutes, to once again be able to get the full experience of what a quick and easy one might look like versus a larger, more ambitious. But even with the utensils, you can see it almost always has like only 2 or 3 things needed. Because for me, that's also like kind of a deterrent for me to cook, to think about how many things I might need. However, with this, everything is very much so, just easily accessible. And one of my favorite things is that with HelloFresh, I don't need to leave my house. I love not leaving my house. And the idea of having food be one less thing to think about when planning out my week is also a major, major plus for me. With freelance music and my other hired gigs going on, it is quite, an extra step to just plan for everything on top of that. So that's kind of the main gist with what you get with your HelloFresh. The fresh ingredients get delivered right to your door, like I said. It's all very well packed so that everything is fresh and, what's what I'm looking for? We'll stick with fresh. It's in the name of the company. That's probably good. And with my special code, you actually get free desserts added on. Yes, they also have lovely desserts that you can look at. With my particular code, you get 16 free meals as well as the free desserts for life, that if you keep renewing your membership. So that is the spiel. I ordered my stuff a couple days ago, and I am expecting it, I think, tomorrow. And next week I will do a quick unboxing of what that looked like so we can look at it together and give an honest review of my first attempt at cooking. Even saying it, I'm giggling because I'm like, oh no. Me cooking? But I'm optimistic. Not shaming or anything about, did you cook with your mom growing up? Don't worry, I don't take it like that at all for J-Bear stuff. And yes, I did, but I think there's something with cooking that, for me, it's like really in line with your confidence. So again, with a service like this, I'm really excited because it really just will spell everything out very clearly for me. And like you guys pointed out, that it might help me have some skills that I can put into other avenues of cooking. Like one of the meals I got is for a breaded chicken dish. And I was hoping that when I learn how to like properly bread a chicken, then I could try it for other things like zucchini chips and things like that. So yeah, I'm very excited. That's the deal. I hope you consider supporting our sponsor as it helps support the stream. If you're looking for the link, it is in my panel. There's a picture, you just click on it. Or you can type in !HelloFresh. And that's my spiel. Fiend. You're awesome, J-Bear. One thing that me and my mom did cook a lot together was apple pie. I feel like every family has like a particular pie, like whether it's pumpkin or pecan. But for my family, it was always apple pie. Apple pie with a scoop of vanilla. What is this mischievous little kitty cat boy doing? Hello. Did you wake up from your nap, I see? Give me a hug, honey. I know, I'm hungry too now. Your face, dude. Looks like you're seeing a ghost on the ceiling. This is Kimchi, for anyone who hasn't seen him yet. He's my best friend, right? Right. You're a good boy, honey. We do have one rule here, though, in this room with Mr. Kimchi, and that is we can't jump on no-no spots. No-no spot number 1, right next to the violin. He keeps jumping there on the piano, and it scares me every time. So that's a no-no spot number 1. And no-no spot number 2 is right here, because then you run behind my monitor and it shakes and almost falls over. So it's very nerve-wracking. As long as you don't jump on either no-no spot, you will be allowed to hang out in this room. Is this clear, Kimchi? Black cats are the best. It's kind of hard to see on camera with my settings, but he's actually like a really dark chocolate brown color. I don't know if you can kind of see. Like his face and his paws are black, but his body's like this chocolatey brown. Right, baby? Oh, I love you, Kimchi. He is very warm and soft. Very affectionate little guy. Some cats are food motivated. Mine is very attention oriented. He just really wants to be played with consistently. He really likes to be held a lot. So he just tends to get a little anxious when I stream. He sees that my attention is not on him, but I promise he gets a lot of attention. Allowed to hang out, but he has a kitty tower in the room, but he doesn't use it. It's so annoying. I was like, Kimchi, I paid like over $100 for this thing, bud. But the only place he wants to jump on is my monitor stand, which results in it almost falling over. And that is pretty unacceptable. That's pretty no-nos. Putting it in language he can understand. Wall-mounted monitor. I mean, maybe one day, but at this point, I feel like I just recently changed my setup. But I don't know. We'll see. He's getting a little better with it. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's not getting better at it. Mods, are you proud of me that I didn't dox myself while doing the HelloFresh presentation? Even my rep was doing that. She was like, please make sure you don't dox yourself when you show the website. I'm like, it will be fine. But everyone was nervous. Everyone's fingers was shaking over the censor button. Oh yeah, this rep has been awesome. I feel like everyone I've honestly worked with for a sponsor has been really, really wonderful and easy to connect with and very helpful. When I came back from break, I saw every mod was here and I'm like, that's not surprising. They're all so prepared for me to to do something silly here. Oh dear. So I know we have Mr. Tillman. Do we have any other priority requests? Nope, that's our next one. Look at how cute that is. Hello from Spring. Oops. La, la, la. Joe, I believe in you, but I spent 13 years working in security software and I get nervous. No, I mean, trust me, I'm very grateful that everyone was like making sure I was aware of like easy oopsie daisies that I might fall into. So I'm very, very grateful for that. And I tend to be very clumsy. I do lots of oopsie doopsies. Let's see, we're doing Mr. Tillman. At least we didn't dox the mods. Yeah, who would do that? Only a monster would, and a big stupid idiot face would do something like that. Luckily, I don't know anyone that would fit that description, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know anybody who would do that. Don't do it, mister. I saw that. Yeah, that's what I thought. Got him. Okay. Nope, Kimchi's over here. He was thinking about it though. I saw it in his little cat brain. Love the bass. I screwed up at the end. No! Alright, I can do it. I think I went too low for the octave there. Kimchi! No spot! I take no responsibility for the mistakes of that. That was Kimchi's fault. There we go, I did it. Mr. Tillman, good to see you again. There's a few outstanding charges. Just before we check you in, let's see. You left your passport in the mini fridge, and the message with the dust says here the picture isn't his. And oh, just a reminder about our policy. Don't leave your mattress in the rain if you sleep on the balcony. Okay, babe, you and your guests have a pleasant stay. What a beautiful tattoo that young man had on his face. And oh well, you need a driver out to Philly. Jason is back here as well. He seemed a little worried about you. I'm feeling good, damn, I'm feeling so fine. Living on an island in my mind. So baby, don't be alarmed. This is just my vibe. No need to walk around. No, it's not that bad. No. No, no, no. You stop right now. Mr. Tillman, for the we have no knowledge of a film that is being shot outside. Those aren't extras in a movie. There are clientele. No, they are ours and lines, and they aren't exactly thrilled. Would you like a regalo on the patio? Is that someone we could call? Perhaps you shouldn't drink alone. No, I'm feeling good, damn, I'm feeling so fine. I'm living on an island in my mind. So baby, don't be alarmed. This is just my vibe. No need to walk around. No, it's not that bad. No. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. I can not miss the bell. Mr. Tillman, for the seventh time, we have no knowledge of a film that is being shot outside. Those aren't extras in a movie. There are clientele. No, they are ours and lines, and they aren't exactly thrilled. Would you like a regalo on the patio? Is there somewhere we could go? Perhaps you shouldn't drink alone. No, I'm feeling good, damn, I'm feeling so fine. I'm living on an island in my mind. So baby, don't be alarmed. This is just my vibe. No need to walk around. No, it's not that bad. No, I'm feeling good, damn, I'm feeling so fine. I'm living on an island in inside my little piano oopsie daisies. That came together pretty good. Pretty nice. For Mick Off Oven, it's good to see you. No. For Baka Ani, welcome. How are you doing today? Anytime I hear Pizzicato, I think about the Fable soundtrack. That is a series that I do need to do some research on, get some more game music up in here. You're talking about the game series Fable, right? Only a shadow. I love how you always give your reasoning for the bits. Is there a method behind the numbers that you choose? Is there? It's always all over the place. For the pause and hitting the bell with your stringy stick thing. I kept trying to hit it and I kept missing. I don't know if you guys were noticing that or not. The bell's out of, the shot, but I kept trying to hit it and I kept missing. Yes, there is a reason. What is it? Was there something else I was gonna say? I guess not. I do every single thing in my life based on detailed science. Can't relate. You'll just have to wonder though. Fair enough. Fair enough. I respect boundaries. I respect the boundaries of my friends. Well, we've done we've had a pretty good balance of loops and game tracks. I'm kind of missing playing to some game tracks though, so why don't we switch over for just a little bit and I will go back to doing some more loop performances for you guys. But I'm craving some Octopath Traveler 2. I feel like I've been giving it a little bit of space out of fear that I was overplaying it. But enough time's passed, right? It's great when you sing. I enjoy your voice segments. Thank you. I'm still very much working through a fear of singing. I get very nervous singing. Extremely nervous. But, I'm very grateful for a lot of aspects of Twitch and this Twitch channel and you guys. And one of those things is that I get to practice singing more and work on my confidence with it. It just feels so personal and it's so easy to compare yourself to everybody else. But I'm working on it. Work in progress. I'm gonna do from Octopath Traveler 2. Let's do the Crestlands. This one's very pretty. I might make some tea as well. I'm gonna put the tea kettle on. It's just right back there, so I don't need to leave y'all. Just need to step to the side for a moment. Got us a nice Zen Biologique. It's just like a green tea with some lemongrass, I guess, and spearmint. As much as I would adore a cup of coffee right now, I try my best not to have coffee after 3 p.m. because I feel like I'm just very easily susceptible to caffeine. So what are you doing, tea? That's gonna make you poo? I mean, dope. I could use one of those, sure. Maybe I shouldn't do this during my sponsor stream. Maybe I shouldn't be disgusting during my sponsor stream. Sorry. Okay, let's do the Crestlands. It sounds like the tea kettle's almost done, so I'm just gonna give it one more second. I'll at least get our track loaded over here. Looks like we should be good. Dun, 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 dun. Was my mom here when I was being gross? No? Haha! I win again. What a victorious day. Come on, tea kettle. Cute little Stardew Valley mug. Tea. Lovely. Awesome. My husband got me a coffee one. For Soul Soul, I was gonna order a coffee one too to like feel like I have the set. I don't know if you guys feel like this, like when you buy one thing, if you know there's another that it exists with, like in its own universe, you need it. So like I did this Lego Eevee. Careful. So you bet your butts I also got the Pikachu and the Charmander. And yes, I am very much looking forward to it. Little ears can bend, and you can like change its little legs around. So cute. I love Eevee. Are there birds outside the window? Sometimes. For Mizzle, welcome. I'm practicing the violin, and I'm currently having difficulty improvising. I'm doing my best every day. You seem to be very creative. I thought it was really cool that you just played that now. Very good. Thank you. And I encourage you in your violin journey. I do have a bit of advice. The way I started to learn how to do improv was I would put on drones and play over drones. So let me just show you what I'm talking about before I do this next one. Let's say you feel really comfortable with like your D major scale. What I would recommend doing is going into YouTube and just type in D drone. And there's going to be a bunch of options that come up. I'll try not to make this too loud for you. But if you start by playing the scale over this drone, then you can start mixing up the notes and it will eventually sound kind of like a song. I hope that's not really annoying. So, squeaky. Mixing up the notes and it will sound more song-like. So that's how I got started with the idea of improv, and it also really helps your intonation to play with a drone. So those would be my recommendations. I hope that helps. That sounds like a Highlander funeral, and I'm here for it. Yeah, I like that. That resonates with me. That works. I'll try. Thanks. Of course. I'm also a music teacher, and I'm very, very passionate about encouraging people to do music. There's some people say things like, oh, I wasn't born talented, or like, I don't have that natural whatever. But I don't really see music as that. I think maybe a tiny bit, but really when it comes down to music, it's just, I think being really stubborn. And if you want to figure out how to do something, just being stubborn enough to do it over and over and over, and then you figure it out. Like, I'm definitely not a violin player because of natural talent, especially in my case. I had to freaking work so hard. I sucked for so long. but I've finally gotten a little better. So yes. I wasn't born stubborn. I am a Taurus. I don't think I really believe in astrological things. It's kind of fun though. I feel like the traits of the Taurus. So I was like, yeah, that sounds like it makes sense. I'm a Slytherin Taurus, baby. Only a shadow, thank you. With a lot of these songs, if I hear a harmony within it or like two parts that I really like, I usually write out the music for both of them. Joe, your taste in soundtracks is S tier. Thank you. It is something I do take a weird amount of pride in. Like, I spend a lot of time digging for video game songs to put on the list. I just love them so much. How about I try this one? Cropdale Village at Peace. The soundtrack features a lot of really beautiful vocal work that's like, it definitely gives off Nier kind of vibes, but still with the wonderful orchestration that you remember Octopath Traveler 1 for. I was admittedly like very anxiously awaiting the release of Octopath Traveler 2 because Octopath Traveler 1 is one of my favorite game soundtracks ever. So I was really excited when this came out and it exceeded expectations. This is still Octopath Traveler 2 that we're listening to right now. For Oedipal Dragon, Big Casino, and Philly, welcome. It's good to see y'all. I'm a Sagittarius. Does that mean I can run fast and shoot a bow really well? I would assume so, yes. I think that only makes sense. Definitely check out the Fable soundtrack. It has, in my opinion, some of the most masterful pieces. You got it, Slurp. Mission accepted. I'm trying to look at the music and see if I can hear what it sounds like in my head before I do it. I remember. Let's see the night version. The night. Not the flashiest song, but I think it's so pretty. It's just like a little Celtic lullaby. Streamer's choice of chill VGM. I can do that. For Jojo, thank you again so much for the raid. What were you up to on your stream today? I hope you have fun. We've been having a good time over here. I feel like I've had a really good yesterday and today stream so far with just allowing myself to be a bit more in the moment. I'm really working on like not trying to control my stream as much as I have in the past, with just trying to make things like perfect and performance ready and taking myself too seriously. But I feel pretty good today with that stuff. Let's do Enveloped in Kindness. This is from Octopath Traveler 1. Equally beautiful soundtrack. You will not be disappointed. Oh, I hope this is the one I'm thinking of. Yes, there's 2 versions of this song in the game. This is it. Okay. Pretty. Whoa. I felt that low note in my whole body. Just like... You know what I mean? What else should we do? Ooh, let's up the energy with some fiddly kind of moments. This one's called A Settlement in the Red Bluffs from Octopath Traveler. I found a lot of Celtic-inspired music in video games recently, which has been really fun. Because I've been learning some traditional Appalachian fiddle on my own time here in Nashville. There's a bar, like a awesome dive bar, that has a fiddle jam every Sunday. But more instruments than just fiddles arrive. There's like banjo players and an upright bass player and guitarists and singers. And it's all ages. And it's that perfect kind of dive bar where like all the floorboards don't quite line up with each other. They have darts and one pool table, cute little menu, bunch of like string lights hanging everywhere, Christmas lights. And they always have a VHS movie playing. And they like show all the movies that they have in the back. So when you go on, it's like, oh, that's Gremlins, or like, you know, just random stuff like that. It's fun. We cannot be controlled. You can only hope to contain us. Whoa, what did I miss? Alcohol, darts, and plenty of opportunities to trip, my kind of place. And they let you bring doggies in there. So sometimes there's like little doggies you can trip over, which is fun. I mean, not... Ideally, you would just pet the doggy. Oh, crap, did I... Oh, what have I done? I fixed it. Okay. Fiddle time, baby. Let's go. Only a shadow. You're like collecting a beautiful memory book of controversial clips of this stream, and I appreciate you for that. Oh my gosh, you got your 10K badge! Thank you so much for Only a Shadow. You are always so generous, and I really, really appreciate it. At this point in my career, Twitch is really my main bulk of income that helps me remain a full-time musician. So the support on here, you guys, is I could never say thank you enough because I get to wake up and play music every day and practice music and learn more music, and it's just it's an amazing opportunity, and I can never say thank you enough. So thank you. So I will say we're about to we're at 2 hours 45 minutes for the stream. So I'm going to take a quick break just to catch my breath and drink some water. And when I come back, we'll do another little pocket of music before we wrap it up for today. For anyone that was new today, thank you so much for giving me and my stream a chance. I mixed up my words there. But I'm always adding new stuff to the song list and working on new instruments and things like that. So if you've enjoyed, I hope you consider following and coming back sometime. And I will be back, like I said, just after a quick little break. Thank you. forgot I had tea and I'm very excited. We just had a lovely little instrumental block here. How about I do another singing song as a loop? And I would like to do Don't Know Why. Oh, my hair is so fluffy. Oh! During a sponsored stream, who did this? Oh, don't look at it. Don't look. Thank you for the dono. You nasty. All right. Also, Hoagie Man, I saw what you said in mod chat, and that was very funny. Who could that individual be? For Luckstruck, thank you for the follow. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Little harpsichord solo. Love that. I really like this song. This is Valak Mountain. It is also on my song list from Xenoblade Chronicles, which is one of my favorite. Ooh, who's today's sponsor? Funny you would ask. It is our lovely friends over at HelloFresh. I did a spiel earlier about them, but I was saying how I was really, sincerely very excited to get a sponsor offer from them because I have been wanting to check out HelloFresh for a long while, and this gave me that perfect motivation to. I have mentioned before that I am not much of a cook at all. I only make scrambled eggs, and even those are questionable at their best form. So I'm really, really excited with my deal. And the code, you can get 16 free meals, and it also comes with free desserts for life, which means as long as you keep your HelloFresh subscription, you will always get a free dessert if you use my code. You can find that link over in the panel. You just click the image and it's there. And also if you look in the chat, it's actually there right now. There's a timed timer that comes up with the link as well. So I hope you consider supporting our lovely sponsors. It also supports me. And you get yummy, healthy foods where you don't even have to leave your house. They just show up. And they're fresh. And they're easy. And it's lovely. Itchy. Do I need the lyrics? I think I do. Dink, 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 dink. Don't know why. For me, this was one of those guitar picking patterns where I had to sit on the couch watching TV and just do it mindlessly for like a couple hours before I was able to do it while singing at the same time. For the loop, I do it with just the guitar isolated, obviously to get a clean take for the recording, but I was very proud when I managed to get this one up to tempo. Waited till I saw the sun. Don't know why it didn't come. Tapping in our tempo. I know we've just entered a cave. Don't be afraid. It's okay. I got you. I'm holding your hand, and we're walking through it with beautiful torchlight. I got you. It's okay. Don't mind that. That's just the bats in the cave. But I will take care of those. You'll hear a metronome, or the little hi-hats, just while I record the guitar, and then I'll turn it off if it bothers you. It won't be here long, so don't worry. It's okay. I feel like we should have that a bit louder, huh? Let me pull open my OBS so I can see the levels. That's good, right? Okay. 1, 2, 3. See you fast. Happy Tuesday. I don't know why it didn't come. That fart note stays. It's okay. Goodbye, hi-hat. Thank you for your help in keeping me in time. I don't know why I didn't come. I don't know why I didn't driving down the road alone. My eye is drenched in wine, but you'll be on my mind forever. Something has to make you run. Don't know why I didn't come. I feel as empty as a drum. Don't know why I didn't come. I don't know why I didn't come. I don't know why I didn't come. Oh, I always loved that one. I was considering one day trying to learn the piano part to it as well, to add into the loop, but I don't know, because I do like it as is. Or I might get like some samples of like brushes on a snare drum, like that classic jazz tone, with just like a single hi-hat. I've done a couple gigs where it's like a broken down drum set that you play with. And a lot of the time they'll just have like only a snare with the brushes and one hi-hat stand. And it just adds a nice little like kind of underground bar kind of vibe to it that could be fun to add to the mix. Itchy. There's been a lot of voice today and I'm all for it. Thank you, Slurp. Y'all's encouragement always makes me feel a lot better. Ooh, I want to do this loop, and then I'll do a couple more video game tracks and probably wrap it up for today. But as for my schedule this week, everything is back to normal. I know yesterday I was a bit earlier. Thank you for always being so understanding when I swap things around. But I will be live again on Thursday at 3 p.m. Central Time, followed by Friday for a morning stream at 10 a.m. On my Wednesdays, I teach students, and I'm going to do my best to see if I can get something new prepared for us. Maybe an instrumental loop or something. But I would like to play next a song that's not super well known, but I absolutely adore it. It's called Sister Rosetta Walks Before Us. It's from the collab album between Alison Krauss and Robert Plant. The whole album is lovely, but this song just resonated with me. I fell in love with it. So I pre-recorded guitar. I'm gonna put banjo, string, and accordion on. And maybe some other spooky washboard sounds. I'm not sure yet, but we'll play around with it, see where the journey takes us. I'll be bringing your... No, don't do it! I totally forgot about it. Now I'm having bad feelings in my stomach and heart and head. Only a Shadow is referencing last Friday, my Google Fiber went out for 6.5 hours. And I was very frustrated. When it works, it's great. And then when it doesn't work, it's out for like 6 hours at a time. It drives me freaking nuts, dude. I don't like it very much when that happens. But you know, I got a lot of shrines uncovered within my Tears of the Kingdom playthrough, so at least there's that. For dramatic use of effects. Thank you. I do have a stream deck that I haven't used yet, and I don't know what I should use it for. Very open for suggestions. It's funny because I was actually gifted the stream deck by one of my students who was like around my age, and before I was streaming, he was like, hey, did you know on Twitch there's a music category? You should consider doing it. I think you'd be good at it. And I was like, nah. And then he got me for Christmas a mini stream deck. It was like, here, so you can start streaming. And I was like, nah. And then a year later, I had like a knee-jerk reaction where I just made a Twitch account and started streaming. I went through a breakup at that time, and I was real sad, girl. I was real sad. And I just wanted someone to talk to, so that's how I started on Twitch. At that point, I'd never even watched a stream before, so I knew nothing about it. I just knew that I could connect with people, and that's what I wanted. But it ended up being one of the best decisions I ever made. My whole dang life. Because I freaking love it here. Yeah, you can see in that clip, I got raided for the first time, but I didn't know what a raid was. So I saw my view count go up dramatically, and everyone yelling raid in my chat, and I was like, what the hell? And you see me react to it, and I sincerely think that someone else's stream chat got somehow mixed up into mine and that they weren't actually there. And so instead of thanking the raider, I just said whatever, and I kept going because I thought my computer was broken. Yep. Pretty embarrassing. And it's clipped forever. Yeah, I was just like, whatever. I was actually really touched because we later raided the streamer who made that clip. And her channel's Sino. And she was so nice. She was like, I'm so proud to see how far you've grown. Like, I never knew that that person that I raided would end up, you know, being such a wonderful streamer, and I'm really happy for you. And I was like, ow, feelings. Look at these feelings you've given me. How dare you? Are you ready for spooky banjo time? Spooky banjo time. I forgot to... No, I remember. Never mind. This is good. Okay. Carry on. Maybe I could try spooky mandolin.
played a very out of tune chord.
Spooky washboard time. I have one more track, so I might as well add egg, right? Egg. Egg. I like eggs. Strange things are happening every day. I hear the music above my head. Though the side of my heart has left me again, I hear music from above. Secrets are written in the sky. Looks like I've lost the love I've never found. Though the sound of hope has left me again, I hear music from as I go on alone with the music from above. I hear Rosanna singing in the night, echoes of light that shine like stars after they're gone. And tonight she's my guide as I go on alone with the music. let that shine like stars after they're gone. And tonight she's my guide as I go on alone with the music from above. Spooky. I love that song. It's a beautiful chord progression. I feel like when it comes to me picking out songs that I like to do on stream, a big part of it is the chord progression, because that kind of will tie together what harmonies are available for me to use. And so I like these like minor kind of almost off-putting strange ones. For Rye Choice, thank you. Like Mr. Tillman and this one, I love a nice, strange chord progression. Joe, thank you for the bits. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Actually, I just got a message that I want to check. It's from one of my students. I want to make sure everything's okay. Oh, no. Okay. I will call them. Okay. I am going to stop the stream here today. I know that is a bit sudden. I usually give you guys a little bit of like a wind down. But we've been going now for 3.5 hours. Thank you so much for all of the love and the support as always. I hope you consider supporting our sponsor, as it helps support the stream as well. I will be doing an unboxing of what I got from the lovely HelloFresh next week and give you a review of how my cooking experience went, and hopefully I will not mess it up. No, I can do this. They're holding my hand through it, so I can totally do it. Maddie, thank you very much. If you are new today, what was the last song you played? It's actually written right here. It's called Sister Rosetta Goes Before Us, and it is by Alison Krauss and Robert Plant. Joe cooks food. Hopefully yummy food. But if you're new today, I hope you consider following and coming back sometime. I'm always working on new stuff for the channel, and whether it's material or instruments or different, just as many new things as I can. I want to keep it interesting for both of us, you know? And I'm always motivated to continue running towards my journey of being the best musician I can possibly be. So, I'm taking a look at who is live right now for who we would like to be rating. Again, I will be live on Thursday at 3 p.m. Central Time for my next stream, and I will do a Friday morning stream at 10 a.m. Today feels like a Friday to me, like, for some reason. I don't know why, though. Love me some Persona music. Let's read Krista the Cyberbard. I don't think we've said hello to her for a while. And she's lovely. Very talented. Underscore. Have I spelled that right? Oh, I didn't type raid. That would help. I did it. Hooray. What a wonderful stream, wonderful vibe, how beautiful this world is. Striving for the light, you're lovely. Thank you. Well, like I said, I'll be live again on Thursday and Friday for anyone who wants some more music in their day. And I just am very grateful for you guys. Thank you. I'm going to try and see if I can work on some new stuff for you for the next stream. And regardless, I just hope you have the best, most wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for everything, everybody.